Good morning, welcome to the next podcast of Andy Collier-talks cricket memorabilia. With the sad news this week of Duke of Edinburgh passing away 2 months before his 100th birthday, which was pretty sad. Everybody thought he was going to get to his 100th, but he didn't quite get there. But a lot of things going on with the Duke of Edinburgh, obviously coverage on the TV. So over the years, I've got a few bits and pieces connected to the Duke of Edinburgh, so I thought I'd show those this week. But first, just the photograph behind, which is a signed photograph of the MCC side in Australia 1911-12. I think it's either Australia House or Adelaide Botanical Gardens that photograph's taken in. But it needs a bit of a story, which I've just inquired about. There's a little bit of blistering and stuff going on to it, but whether I can restore that or not, I don't know. So we'll wait and see. So let's get on to stuff for the Duke of Edinburgh. The main thing really is this rather large cigar humidor, which on the front of there, it's got a map of Jamaica. Unfortunately, got a split in the middle there, which obviously been in the sun at some stage, because that was probably a nice, what colour that would have been on there. Anyway, I've got a bit of a split in it, so hopefully might be able to repair that. Inside there is a plaque which says, presented to His Royal Highness Duke of Edinburgh, President of the MCC of 1975, on the occasion of his visit to Jamaica, April 26th to 30th, 1975, from Jamaica Cricket Association. So that's quite a nice humidor box, cigar box there, which I'll keep all my bits and pieces, some invoices and what have you in. It's I'd say rather large, lost its key unfortunately, but it's still quite a nice item of memorabilia. How that actually came into the, I bought that at auction now, so how it came into the domain I don't know. Possibly Duke of Edinburgh gave it as a prize at one of the Lord's Taverners evenings or something like that perhaps, but anyway, I bought that at auction a few years ago. And then there's a photograph here of Duke of Edinburgh just attending a cricket do. Not quite sure who the other chaps are. I do recognise one of them, but I'm not quite sure the names of the other ones are. That's a nice photograph of him. Probably in the 60s, late 50s, 60s. And then from Bomber Wells, this is from Bomber Wells, this one, when he played in the match in 1955. Got sent the programme and what have you to the for the match, which is Badminton Cricket Club, a grand match, which is a programme. Sunday, July the 31st, 1955, which was the tour in South Africans that year. And inside there we've got the players. So we had on the Duke side with Commander Parker, who was his secretary, Jack Cheetham, the captain of South Africa, Lord Cobham, E.R.T. Holmes, Surrey, R.E.S. White, Jim Parks, Jim Sims, Frankie Mann there from Middlesex, Reed of Essex, only played one game, and Laurie Fishlock there of Sussex. And on Duke of Beaufort's 11, Sir William Belcher, who was the captain of Wiltshire, Jackie McGlue, vice captain of South Africa, Griffiths, who was the secretary of MCC, but was Sussex in England at the time, Tom Goddard, Tom Graveney, Young, Arthur Milton, Jack Crapp, Bomber Wells, a young Mortimer, and Lambert of Gloucestershire there. And the umpires were Sinfield, Bloodworth, and Graveney. So that's Tom's brother actually. So that's quite a nice programme there. And on the back there was the hymns for a service. Obviously there was a big service after the game, which is quite a nice thing. And here's the team photograph. Here, Duke of Edinburgh is just about there, or Beaufort. Bomber Wells at the bottom here. We've got back there Sinfield and Mortimer, R.E.S. White, Reed, Griffiths, there's Graveney, Jack Crapp, Fishlock. They're all on there. Quite a nice photograph that from 1955. So that's a couple of bits and pieces involved with Duke of Edinburgh. In the humidor box, cigar box, I'll keep a few odds and ends, including invoices, and this one's a flicker book with Chloe Grimmett, and there's not particularly good condition, but it came with a bundle of other stuff, so quite happy with having that in there. So that works well with him spinning the ball. And there's a couple of unusual things here. These are Phil Mead's RAF badges. So they came with his blazer pocket when I bought that a few years ago from 1928 side. A couple of books turned up this week, which were quite interesting. Those Ashes, the Australian Tour 1926, first edition by Monty Noble. There's 48 plates here, which makes it quite a nice thing to flick through. Unless you're not reading all the time, you can break it up with some photographs. And the other thing that came through this week was an Australian Cricketer on Tour by Frank Laver, which is a very interesting book. Goes through the bits and pieces on the 1899 voyage over and sightseeing. So I'll show you one photograph there. There's the voyage on the way to New Zealand there on the ship. So quite some useful information there of the voyage on tour. So other bits and pieces that came with the Bomberwell stuff was just one scorecard here. Gloucestershire v Northamptonshire. There's W.A. Wolf there, who was Dave Baseby's man with W.G. Grace. Not quite sure what year that was. It was probably 60s. But in the Gloucestershire Shires, Young, Nichols, Milton, White, Mortimer, Graveney, Allen, David Allen. He came to the opening of the museum. So that's quite a nice little scorecard there, which Cheltenham 1963 it's got on the front, so you know. So anyway, it'll be a fairly short one this week. So we're getting close to 100, so we'll have a good one on the 100th and carry on from there. So hopefully once the COVID's done and I've had a haircut, we can look a bit more presentable. And I'll see you on the next one. Hope you enjoyed this one. Cheers.